Old buses are quite easy to acquire, which means there are quite a lot of them. And if it's true that younger people are more interested in vehicles that they've seen on the road when they were young, then this huge preponderance of vehicles built in the 40s, 50s, 60s and perhaps 70s may not all have homes in the next 30 years.
I think we have to accept from the definitive list of vehicles, there are quite a lot of vehicles which are similar to each other. And in the future, storage space, skills, money, we may not be able to have as many of these vehicles as we would like.
I've now come to realise that the likes of the Volvo Olympian, the B70L, are being looked upon younger enthusiasts of the vehicles of their childhood, and they're not quite so interested in the older half cabs that people of my generation are. So I think it is going to be a complete evolution all the time.
The vehicles I like, people sometimes don't see them as a preservation worthy project at the time. There is a fear that they will become extinct.
The NARTM scheme helps to give us some sense of scale and proportion.
If I have some worries about the future, is that we won't be able to save everything, and that before too long a lot of the people who have saved vehicles and taken care of these vehicles over time are no longer with us, or at least able to look after the vehicles in the way that they have.
It's a brilliant advertisement for the work that the National Association of Road Transport Museums has started about a grading and star system for old PSVs, looking at each of them, working out why they're special. They're not just special to the people who own them and the people who've restored them. All these vehicles are cherished by those people. But working out which ones most deserve to be in collections for the future is a really sensible thing to do.
Whenever, for example, you're applying for external funding, they want 200 words maximum. Now just imagine there's a definitive list of all of these vehicles, and they've been graded on their part in the story, their value, to what extent they're unique. Now you only have to say, this is where we are in the NARTM list of vehicles.
We need to undertake this exercise really to truly assess what is the extent of our heritage.
I've got a lot of hope for the future. I just hope that people look at it in a pragmatic way. You can't save them all.
As our interests change, as the interests of the people that follow us and the people that follow them change, not everything is going to be able to be saved. And that's why I think the NARTM grading scheme is so hugely important, because the first time it's lifting the lid off something none of us have dared talk about so far.